You've probably tried ChatGPT, got a decent result, and then had to spend 10 minutes making it sound like you. That's not a prompt problem, that's a setup problem. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a custom GPT in ChatGPT from scratch. And I'm going to run through an example of how I used emails I'd already sent to help me set up a custom GPT to write exactly like me. By the end of this video, you'll know how to set up a custom GPT that sounds like you and not just a generic AI voice. And ultimately, that'll save you a lot of time having to re-edit your AI output. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Cian and I'm the AI productivity coach. And I've taught thousands of people how to use AI to make their life and work way easier. So if that sounds like you, please make sure to subscribe and join me on this journey. But to start, what actually is a custom GPT? Regular ChatGPT is basically a generalist. Every new chat, you start from zero. You have to explain the tone, the context that you want for every single prompt. Custom GPT, however, is a specialist. You basically just have to configure it once with instructions and references. Every time you call on it, it gives you your preferred output in the way you want it. It knows your style, your context, your rules, and your role. And you don't need to re-explain it every single prompt. You do need a paid ChatGPT plan to actually build a custom GPT. Free users can use other custom GPTs, but they cannot build them themselves. Also, important to note that you can only build custom GPTs on the desktop. You're actually not able to build them on the mobile app right now. So as I mentioned, I want to create a custom GPT that writes in my tone of voice. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a bunch of emails that I've already sent and use that to help me shape the first prompt. Basically, you can go to Gmail and you can just download all your emails. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to forward these as an attachment and just send them to myself. Now, obviously only choose emails that you feel comfortable sharing with an AI assistant. Not everyone may be comfortable with this, and that's fine. Just a way to do it quicker. And obviously just double check that there's nothing confidential in those emails as well. So you don't really need all the emails, just choose between 5 to 10 emails to get a good sense of the style and how you write. You can download them here. And then you can just prompt them something like this, attach to the emails I've written, analyze them and produce a detailed writing style guide based on actual patterns, cover all these different areas. And then this style guide will be used to train an AI writing assistant to write in my voice. So then you can see in about 30 seconds, you'll have a style guide built entirely from your own writing. So this is basically how I've been writing my emails and gives me a good guide to feed into the custom GPT. Similarly, if you're in Gemini and you have access to Gemini in your Gmail or in Outlook, maybe you have access to Copilot, you can just prompt within the AI assistant itself to create the style guide based on your email style. Once you have the style guide ready in ChatGPT or in Gemini, you can bring it into ChatGPT and say, now use that style guide to write a complete instruction set for a custom GPT called my writing assistant. And in this case, it's to help me write and edit professional emails in my authentic voice. So this is specifically for my email writing. And you can structure it with role and purpose, voice and tone, always do, never do, and how to handle requests, etc., etc. Now, what we're doing here is just getting all the instructions before we actually go in to create the custom GPT. Now that we have the instructions, it'll make creating the custom GPT way quicker and easier. So to actually create the custom GPT, you can see in your left rail here, there are GPTs. So I have some here already. What you want to do is explore GPTs. And when you do that, you get this window here, basically, which has some of the custom GPTs you can choose. But you can just go up to the top right and hit create. You basically have two different options here. There's create and configure. Create is basically like talking to us like a normal AI assistant to create the custom GPT. Or you can do configure, where you can basically name it, description, and give specific instructions. You have a bit more control over the specific words in configure. So I'm going to pull the writing style guide in from the other chat into here. So it actually gave me too long instructions. So what I've done here is I've pasted in the screen grab of the configure screen, so it knows exactly what to fill out. So it only has 8,000 characters for the instruction section. And now once I've done that, it's basically given me every section, and it's so easy to just copy and paste it over into the custom GPT. So I'll do that now. You can also upload files here if you need extra context, and it also suggests a recommended model. So if you want, you can go for the best model, but probably no recommended model is fine, and then it'll default to whatever model you have in your chat screen. Finally, you can also add capabilities in here. So I don't think I'll need code interpreter or data analysis for this, so I'm going to leave that selected off. Probably don't need image generation, but I'm going to leave it in just in case. And then for actions, I'm going to leave this empty. Actions are basically for connecting a GPT to external APIs using schemas and authentication. I probably don't need it for an email writing assistant. And when you're done, you can just hit create. Then you also have the option to share the custom GPT. So it can either be one just for you, anyone with the link, or you can put on the GPT store. For this one, I'm just going to put it as only me. There you have it. You have the writing assistant. You can basically access it in the chat, or you'll see it's part of your favorite GPTs right now. That's pretty good. Even the first example here, this really does sound like how I write emails. So here's my verdict on custom GPTs. Custom GPTs are worth building if you have a task that you do at least once a week. The email writing assistant is a good one because I'm writing a few emails every day, so it's worth building that for a repeatable process. It's probably not worth it if you're not repeating the task very often, because you have to spend the time setting it up, and then if you don't use it again, you don't get the value of the time savings or whatever it is you need from it. So my rec overall is if you're doing a task that is repeated more than once a week, then it's probably worth doing a custom GPT for it. And also take into account whether a custom GPT can do that task for you. A lot of it will probably have to be writing or some kind of text output to a degree. Also, as a general best practice, I recommend just having a custom GPT for one task with one audience. So rather than trying to make something that does absolutely everything for you, just make it focus on a specific thing. The more you try to make it do everything, the more it behaves like nothing. So I'd love to know in the comments, what are you building for your custom GPT? If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I also have a weekly AI productivity newsletter, and you can subscribe to it using the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.